Hello, today I'm going to be covering bipods, differences between some of them. This is actually what you see most common out there. This is a rock mount. It is designed just like a Harris bipod, has the folding legs. You got a screw here, these pull out, lock in, take and pop them back down. Very good for lighter rifles, light bolt action, something that's pretty much you buy from the factory. Really nice, aluminum construction, don't have to worry about rust or anything. Has rubber feet, swivels, all of that. Works pretty decent on a lighter gun. This is a Marlin Model 60, 22. Actually move this thing out of the way. Now when you get to something like this, this is a big, heavy Remington 700 bolt action. And what I did here, I used to have that bipod on this, and aluminum construction, and something with a big recoil and very heavy. The thing was falling apart. Finding a light rifle, heavy rifle, not good. And this one, if you can see in my shooting videos, when you're actually watching on the recoil, this thing's moving around, not stable. Not a good thing, tough to get nice tight shot groups when this thing's moving around. So what I did is I broke out the welder, welded on these set screws that go on the side, and I tightened these down. And the thing's tight now. More rigid, better shot groups, can hold the rifle steady. Also another nice thing about this is loosen this up, it folds in the forward position, comes back down, legs pop out. And it also removes off the rifle. You can slide it right off. There's just a little trigger here. This is similar to a Parker Hale style bipod, steel construction. And this is actually made by a company called Vulcan Armament. It's actually based out of Minnesota. They actually have this for their 50 cal rifles. 50 cal weighs, probably another 10 pounds more than this one does. And so they needed something beefy, so I actually bought this so I could use it, something beefy on here. Another company that's very similar to this, you can find on the internet, it's called Versapod. Makes this mount that goes onto this T-rail, and they actually make steel construction ones like this, or you can get an aluminum one like that if you want a little less weight. Yeah, it is heavier, but the price of a heavier bipod versus something that's going to be moving around on you or falling apart, I'd rather go with something heavier. That's a little bit about the differences in some of the bipods you can get. There really is no price range between the two. They're both neighborhood of $100. If you go to Versapod, probably about $180. Either way, you want to do some research when you go into buying bipods. It's just not something you throw on there because you go out there and test it and you find out you got the wrong thing, which is kind of what this case is. So I figured I'd give everyone a heads up. They can decide what they want to do.